And we come to you tonight from the Jackson High School Gymnasium in Mill Creek, Washington. It's Western Conference basketball, an interdivisional matchup between the Meadowdale Mavericks and the Jackson Timberwolves. Hello, everybody. Tom Lafferty along with Alex Clausius. Thanks for being with us here on a Friday night at STSPN.com. And Alex, we're early in the season, but already a lot of games under the belt for the Meadowdale Mavericks.
Exactly, especially Jackson only having 2 games. Meadowdale now with 4. Meadowdale so far this year, they lost their first one to Burlington Edison by 2, lost to Squalicum by 17. They did beat Mariner, and Mariner's a team, Tom, we both really like. That's going to be very competitive in 4A, so there definitely is some talent here. And then also did lose to Mount Vernon by 28 points, which is another team we really like. So we're still trying to figure out who they are as a team. But by the 5th game, hopefully we have a better idea as we go through that. And then let's look at Jackson. They did lose to Skyview by 7 points, and then they also did lose the other night to Marysville-Pilchuck by 9 points. So 2 losses for the Timberwolves. We know Pilchuck's going to be a good team. I'm not from Vancouver. I have no idea how Skyview's going to be. But I know this is a Jackson team we've known, accustomed to winning, and so I'm sure they'll be on their way here pretty shortly.
And Jackson not putting up a lot of non-league games, but they've got some big games coming up here.
Exactly, especially with that Bothell tournament and stuff. You're going to see a lot of very high-caliber teams in a very short time span. For Coach Steve Johnson, he's probably very excited to see that.
And it's time to take a look at the starting lineups now as the Meadowdale Mavericks taking on the Jackson Timberwolves here at Jackson High School. Again, as we said, neither team has played a league game, but Meadowdale 1-3 overall, and Jackson is 0-2 overall with a couple of losses. So we take a look at the starters as they do the starters down on the floor. We'll tell you Meadowdale will start Hunter Moen, a 6'2 senior, Colton Walsh, a 6'3 senior, Mason Vaughn, a 6'1 senior, Cole Nelson, a 6'5 junior, and Leonardo Bakian, a 6'4 junior. So Moen, Walsh, and then Vaughn, Nelson, and Bakian. For the Jackson Timberwolves, Nick Sysom, a 6'3 junior, Carter Korab, a 6'5 junior, Jesse Hoybe, a 6'1 senior, Jalen Searles, a 6'7 senior, Clay Courtright, a 6'3 junior. Some height for the Jackson Timberwolves.
Exactly, too. What I'm really looking forward to see, we saw him last year, too, is Jalen Searles, 6'7", very long. He was doing windmill dunks. I could barely get out of bed in the morning half the time so easily here in the warm-up. So we're really looking forward to see him. I want to see that potential because he's just oozing it with it.
The Jackson Timberwolves, their head coach is Steve Johnson. Been here a long time, lots of success, many trips to the Tacoma Dome. Roger O'Neill is still kind of new to the program, although he played. His sisters, of course, played at Meadowdale. They won state championships at Meadowdale and played for the University of Washington. So a lot of basketball blood for Roger O'Neill and the Meadowdale Mavericks. The starters have been introduced. We'll tell you the officials, Mark Myers, Todd Weber, and Steve Landreau. This with the referee. Mark Myers is marking his final game as he's retiring as an official. We will come back after today's opening tip-off and game action coming up next. It's the Meadowdale Mavericks, the Jackson Timberwolves, right here on STSPN.com. Stay with us.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
good recovery.
Well, they did recover. He did recover.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying, Tom.
As the crowd helped him out, and he kind of had a hard time with the words. And it's all well and good until you stand up there and there's about 2,000 people watching you.
Trust me, I've been on the sidelines for the Aqua Sox many anthems before, and I'm going half the time. I'm going, I'm so happy I'm not the one singing.
So here we go, high school basketball, the Jackson Timberwolves, the Meadowdale Mavericks again. Mark Myers marking his final game. He is the referee with the basketball, his final game as an official after 27 years. Todd Weber is the gentleman here in front of the Jackson bench. He's got 28 years. Steve Landro, he's the senior among the group. The other official on the other side, he has 39 years, and he's still going. He does college women's games, too, and high school football. So we're set to go here between the Jackson Timberwolves, the Meadowdale Mavericks. The whistle blows from Mark Myers, and we are underway, and we're going to re-jump it. And we knew that was coming.
Hey, last day. We got to get it. Got to make sure it's absolutely perfect.
Steve Landreau had texted me earlier today. He said, yeah, I'm going to make him redo it. So here we go, underway, and it will be the Meadowdale Mavericks who will control. Meadowdale in the, you got to like the North Carolina.
Those are my favorite uniforms I've seen in a very long time. Those are awesome.
That's a 3-ball outside up, good by Cole Nelson. So the early lead for the Meadowdale Mavericks, the North Carolina blue.
Great early ball movement, too, by the Mavericks.
Now Jackson with the ball. They're the home team in white, moving to our left. Green numbers, black trim. Hoiby hoists one up. It won't go. As he put it up, now bodies on the floor. Who's going to get it? That's going to be a travel. It's going to be a travel on Meadowdale. They came away with the basketball.
What's going to be interesting for me, Tom, is seeing this Jackson team. We saw them last year be one of the better teams in the state of Washington. Now it's these kind of the next man up, where it's these guys are getting good minutes. Now they're getting great minutes and are expected a lot more.
Jackson ball. They'll throw it way into backcourt. That's a Jalen Searles. Outside 3-ball. No, short. Who comes away with it? It's going to be Meadowdale with the basketball, bringing it out. Bakian, and he traveled with the basketball, or double dribbled, traveled, whatever. It doesn't matter. He committed the turnover, and it's Jackson.
Looked like a carry. Looks like he was his feet were moving a little bit too fast on the ball.
I'm impressed with the crowds here. Meadowdale travels very well. Jackson always with a big crowd on their home. The first Friday night home game, that's always big.
Also, thanks for telling me it was Cowboy night. I would have loved to brought my cowboy hat. So I think I lost that in the email chain.
The text string didn't say Cowboy night. So, and we're going to have a first foul of the ball game. It will be on Hunter Moen, the first team foul. Hunter Moen, of course, the quarterback for the Meadowdale Mavericks football team. Inside, turn, jumper, no. Searles the follow.
He was up on the magic carpet right there, right about on the rim, but, man, he can elevate like no one's business.
Korab misses, and then Searles puts it in. And it's a 3-2 lead for Meadowdale and a foul on the other end.
What was great about that Jackson offensive take right there, it was a 2-3 zone by Meadowdale, and they fed Korab, who's just a great player. We've seen him really develop over the years. Right in the middle of it, and they attacked it, and Searles with the zone didn't have anybody to rebound or block him out.
Clay Courtright picks up the foul. His first personal foul, first team foul, first free throw is no good with Colton Walsh at the free throw line, the 6'3 senior. 2-point lead, 4-2, 6:53 to go. We're in the opening quarter. Glad you're with us on a Friday night in Mill Creek. The Jackson Timberwolves and the Meadowdale Mavericks. Here's a turnaround jumper that won't go. Missed by Courtright. These teams will both open up league play next week. Get a couple of games in before the Christmas break. Ooh, little leaner there by Hoiby, I think. As Hoiby kind of leaned in a little bit too much, and they will get his first personal foul. Second team foul, out of bounds, far baseline. Nelson will throw it in. That's Walsh. Left side, Vaughn. Mason Vaughn with it. He'll back away from trouble. 24 on the shot clock. Now Moen. Looking for a screen. Now he'll just pop it for a 3 that won't go. And that rebound by Courtright. He's got a couple of rebounds.
One thing out of Meadowdale, Tom, is they're starting 3 football players. And
Yep.
I know that that's a short turnaround, couple of weeks.
They're going to call a jump ball, and it's going to stay on this end of the floor with 25 in the shot clock. 6 minutes to play in the opening quarter. 4-2 lead for Meadowdale on Jackson's home floor. So Jackson will keep it, and Hoiby will throw it in.
Meadowdale still in that 2-3 zone. Really wants Jackson to shoot. They lost a couple shooters from last year. Seeing who can make the next basket.
Hoiby trying to force it, and they're going to reset the 35 after the ball is kicked. A year ago, Meadowdale in that Wesco 3A, top to bottom, they finished 6-7 in league play, 10-10 overall. Jumper by Searles, no, and the rebound controlled by Meadowdale. Vaughn. It's Bakian. The dribble, the drive, and the offensive foul. Colton Walsh. He goes hard to the deck, but he commits the offensive foul. And so Walsh picks up the foul for the Mavs. His first personal foul, second team foul.
That was risky by Hoiby because he already picked up a quick one earlier. If that would have been number 2 on him, he could have been moving a little bit, but that's why I'm not wearing stripes. That's why I'm up here.
So Jackson with the basketball, moving to our left. They're in the white uniforms, the reverse lay-in. Nice little ball movement there, but the lay-in won't go for Courtright. And controlled again by Meadowdale. They picked up a handful of rebounds here in this opening quarter. Moen, Walsh, outside, 3. Wow.
Tip.
Wolf, was it tipped?
It was tipped.
Okay, Cole Nelson. I thought, wow, that was woefully short. Try for some early offense here for Jackson, won't work. Moen picks it up. Feeds it right side. Oh, back over to Moen. The give and go and right back to him, and they couldn't get it to work. And that'll be Courtright who grabs the rebound. Ooh, yeah. Moen knew it as soon as he thought he was going to get all ball. Third team foul.
I know he's a senior leader for the team too, so that's a quick second foul, and he's probably going to have to hit the bench.
Yeah, as soon as he did it, he knew, I'm going to go sit for a while. First free throw is good. The sub is then Justin Jackson checks in, 6'1" senior. So Moen sits with 2 personals. Chance to tie here for Hoiby. He does not. The tap up, no. Searles thought he could get it up. It wouldn't go. So here comes Meadowdale. 3 look, won't go. Missed by Jackson. Not afraid to come off the bench and then hoist one.
I like it, man. You got to be the microwave off the bench sometimes. Got to heat up in a minute. So that'll probably be his first shot in a while. He probably will let the game simmer a little bit before he takes another one.
Yeah. Let's stand 1 minute before serving. Outside Hoiby, long 3, won't go. And the board by Bakian. Searles a little bit of one-man full court pressure there. It's Nelson to Jackson again. Looking. Walsh to Bakian. Boy, he looked at the 3, and there's Hoiby. Hoiby with a steal. Oh, I thought he traveled. Didn't look like an extra. One extra?
That'd be a tough call for an official right there.
Here's the shot up and in by Colton Walsh. So we had a brief change of lead there. And we have had a couple of lead changes here, and we got another one there, as that is Carter Korab giving the Wolves the lead again.
He's so crafty down there in the post and in the block area too. So Jackson's just got to keep on feeding him. He's a great player.
Jackson by 1, 7-6. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. No shot. We're going to have a foul called. And I think they're going to get Korab. They will. Carter Korab, his first personal foul, 3rd team foul. So baseline out of bounds, fresh 35 on the shot clock for Meadowdale. Way outside to Jackson. It's checking in now. Cooper Smith has checked in. Little backdoor lob that won't go. Jump ball called. And I think it's gonna stay on this end.
Both those guys wanted that ball, though. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, and I think Mason Vaughn came over was talking to the official. I think he was like saying, Don't you think maybe it was a foul, maybe? No. How about a steal? Korab, 1-on-2. He goes in, lay in good. And the biggest lead of the evening so far for Jackson, up by 3. Outside 3 ball, rims off, no, by Bakian. And Hoiby brings it up. He looked at it, didn't, goes to Searles. I don't think Searles was expecting it. Back out to Hoiby for 3. That'll go. And he buries that one and opens up a double score. It's 12-6. Boy, that was sudden.
Very sudden right there, too. But Hoiby, you can definitely tell he took that step from junior, senior year. Like, hey, Ben Olsen's gone and the whole other crew's gone that regard. Hey, it's your team right now, because noticing this just from the Jackson bench, they're not nearly as deep as they were last year, which they had 8-9 guys who could come off and give you good minutes.
Well, and you saw that also from Searles. Any other year before this year, Searles would have taken it and said, I have the ball now, I'm going to the hoop. He saw Hoiby open again and said, no, I'm going to kick it right back out to Jesse and see what he can do. And bang, down goes the 3. So double score, 12-6. So from 3 down to 6 up are the Jackson Timberwolves. And here, after the Meadowdale timeout, the Mavericks will have it. Again, playing without Hunter Moen down on the bench with 3 fouls. I bet you we'll see him at the beginning of the second quarter. Underneath, Korab from behind. Blocks the shot there by Colton Walsh. Back out for a 3, and down it goes. Cole Nelson with the 3 ball. Makes it 12-9.
He's got a great-looking lefty jumper, too. I believe that's his second 3, too, made it today.
Backdoor lob to Korab. Goes up, stripped to the basketball. Good job defensively, the Nelson. So Nelson gets the offensive 3 ball and then a strip on the other end. And he's handling the ball between the circles. To Walsh. Jackson, long outside 3, air ball. I don't think that one was tipped. I think that was just a good old-fashioned air ball. And he's hearing about it from the nice crowd on hand here for the Jackson Timberwolves.
I'm scared to do anything. I don't want the Jackson crowd to say anything bad about me over here. I'm going to just have nice posture and just hang out.
Quit your slouching.
Yeah.
There's 2 ball there for Searles.
And that jumper's going to be big for Searles and his development as a player, too. He can get to the rim whenever he wants. Right now he can't. It's a 2-3 zone, but if he can hit that jumper, man, he's a special-looking player.
Underneath, no, it's going to be knocked away. Yep. Like I say, he went out of bounds with it. Nick Sysom had the near steal, but then he was standing out of bounds momentarily, says Todd Weber. So it'll be inbounds now for Meadowdale. Yeah, they shouldn't have reset the shot clock. I think that's what did they say to reset the okay, so they say he had possession. Wow. And then went out of bounds, so that reset the 35.
All 3 of these referees have been officiating longer than I've been alive. I'm going to trust them, and I'm going to hang out up here.
Bounce it over to the left side. That's Mason Vaughn. Vaughn gets it down low. That's a nice-looking move there by Colton Walsh.
I saw he was a wide receiver for Meadowdale this past year, too. And I remember Steve Willett saying he had some injury problems, but he was one heck of a basketball player as a freshman, so it's great to see him out for his senior year, putting in some good work.
Now to Korab, and he lost the handle on it. It's going to be taken away. Here comes Mason Vaughn, and over to the right side, laying up. Rejected, but a foul called. They're going to get Korab again. That's his second personal foul. 4th team foul. And that will bring Jordan Collins, the sophomore, 6'4" sophomore, off the bench. No, it won't. He's been recalled.
I think it was wait till the end of the quarter.
Free throw won't go. First one missed by Colton Walsh. So Aaron Shrestha will check in instead. Collins was ready. He was up there. He was ready to go. Bang, bang, bang. But
he looked really good in the JV game, too. They pulled him out around the halftime to say, hey, you're going to play varsity, but he had a great-looking Jimmy.
14-12 the score, 2-point lead. Coming up on 45 seconds to go opening quarter. Hoiby, he traveled. Yeah. He was going to try to impose his will on a couple of defenders, and they wouldn't let him do it.
That's why they're playing zone defense. There's another guy that's going to come over and help you, but Jackson's really got to attack that free throw line area and under the basket behind that that three-man zone. So they got to Korab was their guy for that, so someone's got to step up.
Bodies on the floor. Meadowdale with the ball. Vaughn over to the right side, dribble in. Boy, tough defense there as Searles gets it. Searles 1-on-2, splits the defense for a two-handed slam dunk, count the basket, and one.
Wow. Better have some milk and cookies. Mrs. Searles likes the dunk, Tom.
Can we see it again, Todd? Let's take a look at that again. He was...
The best part about that whole thing, the entire stadium crowd over here goes, oh man, this kid's gonna throw down here in about 4 seconds. And true enough, man, that was a great dunk. He did hang on the rim a little bit.
Yeah, he got a warning for that. He makes a three-point play. It's a 5-point lead. Jackson is led by as much as 6. Almost got a steal there. Corner jumper for a 3. Meadowdale really needed that. Couldn't get it from Bakian. And now Jackson can play for one shot, leading by 5. We approach the end of the first quarter. Hoiby, maybe early in the clock. I guess it doesn't matter as this clock will wind down. We will come to the end of the first quarter with our score. The Jackson Timberwolves 17 and the Meadowdale Mavericks 12. Back with more second quarter action right here on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
So let's take a look at the first quarter numbers here at Jackson High School.
2 for 8 from three-point range for the Mavericks, 25%. 7 for 16 from the field for Jackson, 44%. Leading scorer in this ball game is Searles with 7 points and that monstrous jam.
That's Buddy Patrick with the stats. Tom Lafferty along with Alex Clausius. Second quarter underway. Jackson denied in their opening possession. So now it'll be Meadowdale with it. Bo Hopkins checks into the lineup. And we see Hunter Moen has returned with playing with 2 personal fouls. Oh, they're going to call an illegal screen. Yeah, it's going to be on Vaughn. His second personal foul, 5th team foul.
He was moving in a little bit, and that would cause that much separation. And for Mr. Nelson, too, Cole Nelson, he's had 2 3-pointers, so that was a great look, but there was a little bit of help.
That's Searles, Hoiby. Looking out. Gets it to Cooper Smith. Now to Searles again. Looks at the 3, then decides not to. Looked at Hoiby, didn't go to him. Now Hoiby has it. 14 on the shot clock. Corner jumper won't go. Missed by Smith. And the rebound controlled by Meadowdale.
Jordan Collins was down there calling for the alley-oop. He had the right idea. I don't know about the alley-oop, but he was behind the defense trying to kind of cause a little bit more of, I guess, controversy, if you want to say that, instead of just going around the outside of the three-point arc, because you're not going to score much if you're not cutting.
That's Walsh to Moen. 3-ball, air ball, Searles. Here he comes. No showtime this time. He goes in for the little more conventional lay-in, but misses it. And then a foul on the rebound.
After that dunk, I kind of just want to start calling Mr. Searles. Yes, sir, whatever you need.
They're going to get Clay Courtright with the foul, his second personal foul, 5th team foul. 6:39 to go first half, 17-12. The lead for Jackson. Meadowdale with the basketball. Hunter Moen to Walsh, and he traveled with the basketball. I mentioned Meadowdale, this is their 5th game. with a 2-point loss to Burlington Edison to open the season. Then lost to Squalicum and lost to Mount Vernon. So the Skagit County, Whatcom County team's not very kind to them, but they somehow, inexplicably, beat Mariner.
Exactly, and I think 4A this year is going to be a lot of teams that are above average and pretty good. I think Jackson's in that category too. I think Mariner at the same time. So, and I thought Mount Vernon is too. So, still really early in the season.
No, Hunter Mullen overplaying on the defense, and that is 3. He's got to go now, and he's done for the half with 3 personal fouls.
Coach O'Neill over there goes, you had 2, now you have 3.
Do the math.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't overplay on defense like that.
Especially when you're in zone. That was a walk.
Indeed it was. Turnover. Give it right back over to Meadowdale. Down by 5.
Shout out to the Meadowdale student section for coming all the way up there from Edmonds. That's pretty cool. It's always great on a Friday night.
Well, it's not that. It's 164th.
Hey, you got to go up north, though.
One exit.
Yeah.
So,
how can you not hear him? You're right across the aisle. Never mind, we're not going to talk about this.
over the right hand. Vaughn, boy, looked at the 3, didn't do it. Walsh, he somehow got that pass away. The ball's knocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say last touch by Meadowdale. So it will be Jackson basketball leading by 5, 5:43 to go. First half. 8 turnovers for the Meadowdale Mavericks, 6 for the Timberwolves. Hoiby to Searles, turns, face, fire, rattle, home.
That's there all day if they're going to stay in that 2-3 zone with that height and that elevation on that jumper. He can do that whenever he wants.
A nice little 15-footer that just drops nicely through. It's not as flashy as a 3, but he gets you 2.
Hey, 2's cool.
Without really breaking a sweat. And here's Hoiby with another steal. And the ball knocked away there by Cole Nelson. Hoiby's quick.
Very quick. Searles was trailing on that play too, wanted to pass it back so he can do a little Showtime dunk.
The question with Hoiby is all his power at his hair like Samson.
Who knows? That's some good lettuce, though, on Mr. Hoiby.
I still think that'd be a good look for you.
We'll talk after the game about your decisions you're making over the air tonight.
Hoiby outside, no. Oh, they're going to say little push-o-shove-o there to grab that rebound. Yeah, they're going to get Justin Jackson with the foul, his first personal foul, 7th team foul. He will go to the bench, and Bakian will check back in. And free throw coming up here for Nick Sysum, the 6'3" junior.
Oh, man.
Missed it.
Oh.
Ball kicked. Yep. Kicked by Sysum. And now Todd Weber and Steve Landreau.
Yep, it should be Jackson ball. That's a phenomenal call. Off his leg.
And Steve Landreau up by the center line had a better shot at it, better look at it from that angle. I don't think Roger O'Neill necessarily liked it, but that's the way it goes. Outside shot, though, that won't go for Cooper Smith.
For Meadowdale, they're doing a great job rebounding defensively out of the zone, not getting Jackson those second chances, and also with Jackson having a lot of talent on the floor right there, they need to make sure they're not giving up any extra buckets.
Picked his pocket. Nice job defensively there for Collins. 10th turnover for Meadowdale. Jackson, though, can't make the lay-in on the other end, and they will call the foul here on Cole Nelson. That's his first personal foul. 8th team foul now, with 4:34 to go in the first half.
But it's all about the free throws, Tom, at this high school level.
We're going to have a technical foul here.
What? I was barely even talking.
Is that on? Is it Colton Walsh? Or it wasn't Coach. So it's going to be Will McKinley. Will pick up the technical. So he's going to make a 9th team foul. he's going to stand there before he goes to the bench and have to stand there and wait, as the first free throw is no good for Jalen Searles, and he will have a seat. And I'm guessing he'll have a seat for the rest of the half. Next one by Searles. No.
Man.
Just
leaving
free. Alex. AC.
Leaving free points at the lines. You really got to make those free throws, especially when you're only up by 7 points, too. Those that could be potentially 9-10 points right there. They're just so crucial, especially that miss of the front end of the 1-and-1. That's kind of like my social life, always missing the first part of it. But
that free throw is good by Sysum. And this is let's face it, it's a non-league game. You play Glacier Peak here in about a month. You need a couple of free throws.
Yeah. And I know it's still non-league, but the RPI is still kind of a big thing this year. But because who knows? I mean, that Meadowdale beating Mariner by 1 point, that helps your RPI when you beat Mariner, whoever they beat, too, at the same time. So it's still non-conference. But I like your point, though, Tom. You got to make sure you're having those free throws made.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside with 4:34 to play in the first half. It's 20-12. Jackson by 8. Back with more after this.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200-plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Welcome back to Jackson High School, the Meadowdale Mavericks, the Jackson Timberwolves. Thanks to the Everett Athletic Director Robert Polk for his assistance for tonight's broadcast, and Athletic Director here at the school, Blythe Young. And for Meadowdale, their district AD is Julie Stronsek, and their Athletic Director is Beth Marriott. So thanks to all those folks for their help with getting our broadcast on the air tonight. Boy, maybe an argument for an over and back by Mason Vaughn, but he'll take it. No, who got the bucket?
That was Jay. Yeah, it was Searles.
Searles underneath. Okay.
And
Vaughn came behind him, though. Now Vaughn has it. The lead is 10. You talk about Jackson's offense. Boy, they play tough defense.
Great tough defense. It's that length, too. They have a lot of guys that are over 6'2", 6'3", and then you have Searles out there, too, as well. It's tough to get by, and a lot of guys that are pretty tough.
That's Hoiby. Goes around the screen, puts it up, won't go. Ball knocked out of bounds. You think that they miss a lot of shots, but there's a quantity, there's a volume to the number of shots they can take.
Yeah. That's big for Meadowdale to make sure that quantity is low,
right,
especially with it being up or down 10 points.
3:41 to go in the second quarter. And an overplay defensively there by Nick Sysum. He'll pick up the foul. His first personal foul, 7th team foul. And here comes free throws for Mason Vaughn, the 6'1 senior. First one is good, and he will get another. First points of this quarter for the Meadowdale Mavericks, and that's a couple of free throws there. Jackson with the basketball. A year ago in the Wesco 4A, Jackson finished on top, 13-0 in league play, 18-6 overall. Turnaround jumper, no, won't go. So they played 24 games, so 4 games in the postseason for Jackson. Stop and pop, it won't go. Missed by Nelson. And another rebound taken down by Jackson. Here come the Timberwolves, leading by 8. Searles, long, outside NBA 3 that won't go.
Ooh.
Oh. Hoiby goes up. You got to pay for those seats as he goes up into the crowd. Mason Vaughn kind of landed awkwardly.
One thing about Hoiby, and we've come to know, he's just always around the ball. He's always around the ball. Tough guy with dribbling it, too, and playing defense. A great asset for Steve Johnson.
Searles denied, then he turns, just dumps it underneath, and going in, laying up and good. That's just good court awareness there by Searles, finding Collins for the bucket.
I really like this Collins guy. Saw him in the JV game earlier, came out, and he has that good floor awareness about him, too, and he's kind of been in the right place at the right time.
Hoiby's going to pick up the foul. Yep, he'll pick up that foul. That's his second personal foul, 8th team foul. And so Meadowdale at the line. Cole Nelson will be. Mentioned Jackson, this is their third game. Losing to Skyview out of Vancouver, and then losing to Marysville Pilchuck by 9 on Wednesday night.
Pilchuck's going to have a really good team this year, too. They, of course, graduated Raekwon Battle, but everyone else on their team, they were juniors, and those guys weren't too bad either. So
24-16. The lead is 8. In the corner, Sysom. Now to Hoiby, steps through again. 2 step-through moves, and neither one, he comes away with nothing. Then Searles says, give it to me. So he takes it. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Jackson Timberwolves. We'll take a break with 2:25 to go in the first half. Jackson 24, Meadowdale 16. Coming back with more on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
High school basketball here on STSPN.com. Thanks for being with us wherever you're watching from all over the world on the World Wide Web on this Friday night. Kind of a chilly Friday night in Mill Creek on Friday the 13th. Hope you're not suffering from triskaidekaphobia.
Bless you.
Outside 3 won't go. Sysom missed. Hoiby had missed that earlier lay-in. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in this first half.
I really like what Coach O'Neill did right there, too. Did a little bit of a pressure 2-3 zone matched up, and look at this nice bucket.
There you go. Backdoor lob inside to Colton Walsh for the bucket. And it's now a 6-point lead. So it was 10, now 6. The lead for Jackson. And they're going to call a blocking foul. And even though Cole Nelson's going to stand there and say, I just had my hand straight up. Well, not really.
No, not at the same time. They're going with a little 1-3-1 pressure, which is great because I think Jackson was having a little bit too much easy time getting up the floor and getting into their offense.
Hoiby's first free throw is good. That's the second personal foul, 10th team foul. Cole Nelson with the personal foul, 10 team fouls, so in the double bonus, the final minute 44 of this half.
And first time we've seen Carter Korab here in the second quarter.
Yeah, he had a seat with 2 personal fouls. And both these coaches are they're gonna experiment with some lineups here in these non-conference games. And Jesse Hoiby turns and looks at Coach Johnson and says, what am I supposed to do? Well, you keep your hand off him. Yeah. And he picks up his 3rd personal foul. So now they go for some youth. The youths are out there. Evan Bates, 5'10", sophomore. Free throw good.
And I expect Coach O'Neill for Meadowdale to go right into that trap and say, hey, new guy, I know you're playing in JV a little bit earlier, so let's throw the varsity guys at you and see what you can do.
That's Nelson at the line, hits both free throws, and he's got 10 points in the ball game. The lead is 6. The youth is out there for Jackson. See how they handle the pressure here. Searles is still there, and there's a turn. Well, there you go. That's your answer.
Yep.
Down low. The bank is open. Colton Walsh with the bucket. Walsh has 10 points, and it's a 4-point ball game. Minute 13 to go. Here's Searles, takes it, misses the slam dunk. Steve Johnson.
Whoa.
I don't think Coach Johnson is very happy. And that is going to bring, Korab's going to have a seat. A little situational substitution here. Don't play him on defense.
I'm still stunned on that Sterles play. If he would have threw that down, I would have just left.
Just drop the headset
I would have said,
take
see
off.
you later.
So here's Meadowdale. Oh.
Interception.
Boy, intercepted by Nick Sysom. This is Evan Bates, double team there.
It's all about
Back
ball
to
movement.
Sysom. Here's the steal. Justin Jackson. Bucket, no. He gets kind of hammered on the way in. He's got the, I can't remember what kind of tape they call that medical tape, holding one shoulder in. The other one is kind of hurt now. Is it called, doesn't it have a name?
I thought
Alex?
it had a name too, but I'm not very hip with the young kids. I don't know what that means.
First free throw good for Jackson. The foul on Sysom, his second, 10th team foul. So we're in the double bonus the rest of the way. 48 seconds to go.
This game has changed ever since Hoiby picked up that third foul. I know it was kind of in Meadowdale's momentum, but really cemented that last 2 or 3 turnovers.
Free throw, no. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay in the possession of Meadowdale. And as our friend Bill Kusler would say, momentum is a fickle mistress.
It is.
It's only a 3-point lead, too, by the way, for Jackson.
Yeah, nice little run by the Mavericks.
Yeah, by the way, they've come from 10 down to just down by 3, and they have the rock. Nelson to Walsh, back out for a 3, turnaround, good. We are tied with Buckion's 3. It's 26-26.
He shot that from Murphy's corner, Tom.
He did, and he put it down. Double team, there's a steal. Buckion going in, behind the back, and blocked by Searles. Safe from going out of bounds. Here's Searles.
Wow. Young fella getting up.
Searles has it 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Working it. In the corner. 3 ball. No, it's going to come up short. Ball's out of bounds. 2.4 to go. Meadowdale with the ball. We're tied at 26. We're going to have a sub in now. Clay Courtright checks in. Korab comes out. Don't want to give him his third personal.
Nope. Smart move.
They'll come in. The ball's going to be long shot. Won't go. And Alex Clausius, we got ourselves a little ball game here.
Exactly. You can just feel the whole momentum of the entire crowd and feeling it too. So great to go to halftime with a tie score.
So the Meadowdale Mavericks and the Jackson Timberwolves on Jackson's home floor. It's all tied up at 26 all. We'll come back. Second half action. We'll take a look at the first half numbers as well. Thanks for being with us here on this Friday night, the 13th of December, right here on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
As a leading builder of new homes and commercial properties in Western Washington, Gamut 360 Holdings has built a reputation for honest communication, exceptional customer service, and superior craftsmanship since 2003. Our 360-degree construction approach guarantees each project is designed and built with you in mind, matching first-class materials with the highest of construction standards. From the planning stages to the final walkthroughs, Gamut 360 delivers trusted, sustainable investments that exceed owner expectations and transform Northwest neighborhoods. Gamut 360. Design, create, inspire.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
Second half about to get underway here at Jackson High School. Welcome back. Tom Lafferty along with Alex Clausius and Buddy Patrick on the stats. Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig keeping us on the air here on STSPN.com. Let's go to Buddy Patrick with a look at the first half numbers.
And we will start with the visiting Mavericks. They shot 7 for 20 in the first half from at the half, 35%, 3 for 11 from three-point range for 27%, 9 for 12 from the line for 75%. The Jackson Timberwolves 10 for 31 from the field, 32%, 1 for 9 from three-point range, 5 for 10 from the free throw line. Individually scoring for the Mavericks, 10 points for Colton Walsh and Cole Nelson, 3 points for Leonardo Baquan. Jackson, leading scorer for the Timberwolves, Jalen Searles with 9 points, Jesse Hoiby with 8 points. 9 turnovers for the Timberwolves, 13 in the first half for the Mavericks. Tom?
Thank you very much, Buddy Patrick and Alex Clausius. We thought maybe that Jackson was going to run away with this one. They were up by 10 points.
Exactly, and Meadowdale just played really solid defense. They didn't allow second opportunities, and they made great cuts at the basket over here for those two. And also, they did make a couple of free throws. I know, I believe it was Cole Nelson knocked down at least 3 of 4 or 4 of 4 even, and Jackson, I think they struggled a little bit at the line as well. So those free throws come back to bite Jackson, but also very good for Meadowdale. But it's been a great ball game so far, tied up going into the half.
So second half about to get underway. And here we go, and Meadowdale will have it. They'll feed it in the corner. Bakian. Moen. And the ball. Meadowdale will keep it.
Ooh.
And here's a steal, reverse laying up and good. So Hoiby with the basketball for Jackson. 2-point lead for the Timberwolves. Searles. Hoiby again. Turnaround, no, won't go for Carter Korab. A couple of players in some foul trouble here.
Korab, great look at the free throw line too in that 2-3 zone. He's going to have to be a big factor in the second half.
Moen. Now to Bakian. Boy, tough defense here by down to 10 of the shot clock, and then they say, we'll just take it. And here is Searles with the bucket. 11 points for Jalen Searles, and then Meadowdale will turn it right back over as Cole Nelson couldn't handle it at the baseline, and the ball goes over to Jackson.
Searles had another man take it a thrown to, but when you're that athletic and get to the hoop like that, you might as well give it a shot. You got a lucky roll on that one.
3 turnovers for Meadowdale to start this second half. Underneath, but they kind of, is it a turnover back? Who has it? No, it's going to be, Hoiby says, I'll just take it. So a near turnover there. They kind of neutralize each other. And here's Hoiby. Hoists and puts it in. Jesse Hoiby with the bucket, and it's a 6-point lead. Meadowdale had an early 3-point lead, and then a near steal there. There's Hunter Moen, the laying up. No, too hard. Searles, 1-on-3.
Smart play, pull it out.
And the ball's knocked out of bounds by Meadowdale. Jackson went up by 10. And then a flurry of points by Meadowdale to end the first half. And we were at 26-26. Now 32-26. So a quick 6 on the board for the Jackson Timberwolves here in the second half. Searles will add to it. No, too hard. Moen with the board. Hunter Moen, quarterback for the football team and the quarterback for the basketball team. Their head coach, Roger O'Neill. And the North Carolina blue uniforms moving to our left. Spin by Bakian, feed it underneath, laying good. Nice move there, nice ball movement. Colton Walsh with the bucket, and he'll get a chance for a 3-point play with a foul called underneath.
Walsh has great feel down there. He's 6'3", but also he's got some bulk on him too. He's probably 200-plus pounds, and he can fight down low with all those big fellas on Jackson.
Clay Courtwright picks up his 3rd personal foul. First team foul. And the 3-point play is not to be, as Walsh misses the free throw, and Jackson will have it. Jackson in the home white uniforms. Green and black numbers and trim moving to our right here. Searles at the baseline. He'll just turn face and fire it up from about 14. That won't go. Moen, reverse lay-in. Went around Hoiby for the reverse lay-in, and then the foul is called, and he'll have to earn him at the free throw line.
A little bit of a late call. That was a very nice behind-the-back dribble to allow the reverse thing to happen, too. So,
4th personal foul on Courtwright. Clay Courtwright. 2 straight fouls. He'll go to the bench. He'll go to the Ponderosa. Ask your grandma why that's funny. You don't know why.
What?
Bonanza, the Cartwright family. This was Cartwright. They lived on the Ponderosa.
Like I said earlier, we'll talk about this after the game.
We need to have a thesaurus for my old references.
Yeah.
The English to Tom Lafferty dictionary. Searles dumped it out for a three that won't go. Hoiby took the ball away, gave it to Searles, it won't go. Bodies on the floor. Jackson not able to hit in a couple of these possessions.
Searles sped up right there. A 360 jumper going inverse. Probably not the best shot selection after the turnover.
Moen, reverse lay-in, blocked out of there by Korab, who's got it, and it'll be picked up by Carter Korab. So an empty possession there for Meadowdale with a chance to tie. Here's Hoiby.
Yep,
carried it. That's the stuff you can do maybe in summer league, and that's the stuff maybe you can do during practice. But the officials will say, yeah, we're not going to carry the ball in this league.
That was a carry. He was trying to get a kind of a little stutter step for a burst of speed, but got to make sure you're going full tilt the whole time.
2-point lead halfway through the third quarter for Jackson. Meadowdale with a chance to tie here. Maybe take the lead with a three ball. Cole Nelson. Vaughn off the window and in, and we are tied for the second time in this ball game. We were tied at 26. We're tied at 32. That's Hoiby now for Jackson. Korab to Searles. Long arms for Searles. He was lucky.
Inspector Gadget. Go-go arms.
Underneath. Foul called. Jordan Collins got it underneath. And it's going to be Leonardo Bakian picks up the foul. His first personal foul. First team foul of the second half. And Jordan Collins, the sophomore. You like him?
Like him a lot. Got a great shooting touch. Hopefully he puts me in a good light with this free throw.
We shall see. Is Alex smart or not? Ooh, good.
Maybe not this time. He'll probably miss it the next time. I'm not very smart. I just kind of I show up at the right places at the right time.
You could double your GPA right here.
Still be under 2.
Oh, yeah. Now, Searles was a little lame getting up. He says, I'm fine.
Yeah, they had a flat tire. That's what the kids call it these days when your shoe comes off from the back.
Yeah.
There's my thesaurus for the day.
The flat tire reference. 34-32 Timberwolves. Mason Vaughn in the corner. Moen. Back to Vaughn. Dribbles through traffic. Open three. That Jimmy won't go. Missed by Nelson. Kept alive back up. No, that won't go either by Walsh. And then a foul on the rebound. So Meadowdale with a couple of chances there. And they come away empty, and they come away with a foul on Mason Vaughn. The 6'1" senior picks up his third personal foul. Second team foul of the half on the Mavericks.
Mr. Vaughn he's a gamer, man. Not exactly the tallest guy, right around 6'1", but he had a jump ball earlier, and he was very not happy with himself. He missed that layup right there, but hey, trust me, there'll be another shot for you here in about a couple minutes.
Hoiby. Korab knocked away from him. A little quick hands there by Cole Nelson to knock the ball away. So baseline out of bounds, 21 on the shot clock.
Jackson needs some more ball movement. Like I said earlier, they've been still in this 2-3 zone. Go to the free throw line, go send a guy, cutter under the basket, just to make it so Korab and Hoiby and Searles make sure everyone's getting touches.
That's Hoiby. Feeds it. Sisum, no. Rims off. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jackson. Meadowdale basketball down by 2. Jackson 0-2 entering play tonight. Here's an outside three, won't go. The miss by Nelson, and Hoiby brings it down for Jackson. Stops and pops and won't go. Kept alive there by Collins, but right into the hands of Vaughn. Vaughn dishes it. Moen. Oh, I loaded up the gun for the bang and said Vaughn will tie the ball game at 34. 14 points. And Searles is slow to get up.
Yeah, it looks like whoever fell, I didn't catch the number, fell on his head. Just probably an awkward feeling for him.
So he's going to have a seat. As Steve Johnson looked over at the trainer, Brenda Black here sits in front of us. But I'm not sure. Trainer's right here. They want him to be evaluated for head injury. I think he banged his head pretty good on the.
Yeah, someone fell on him. I don't know if it was a shoe or something like that, but definitely want to get checked out. Be safe and sorry.
This Hoiby scoops it in. Nice move by Hoiby. Somebody's got to step in front of him if you're a defender.
Very crafty move. A little luck on his side right there, but it worked out.
That's Hunter Moen. Mason Vaughn. Now the corner, Bakian, air ball, won't go. It was kept alive there by Colton Walsh, but grabbed by Jackson. Hoiby brings it up. Left-handed dribble. Splits, well, nearly 4 defenders, except he left the ball between defenders 3 and 4. And Meadowdale says, we'll take it. Down by 2. Minute 15 to go, third quarter. Bakian elevates. No, it won't go. He's going to keep firing that up until it goes. Vaughn will keep getting rebounds and feeding it out for 3 that goes. Cole Nelson.
I think they went on a spree about 5 or 6 missed threes that were pretty good looks, and so Cole Nelson hit one down right there, or else they could be up by a lot more.
Up by 1 now, our 4th lead change of the ball game. Dribbling it in is Hoiby, goes down. Maybe ill-advised to trying to split all those defenders. There's reverse lay-in. It's up and good by Hunter Moen. There's the reason you want him on the floor. Heady play by Moen. The lead is 3 as Meadowdale equals their biggest lead of the ball game.
What a great and one. Reverse layup is hard enough, but with the foul on top of it, great play by Moen.
Searles checks back in. He's being evaluated. He's okay.
Went to the tent.
Sysom will take a seat. Cooper Smith picks up the foul, his first personal foul, 3rd team foul. Free throw good. The lead is 4, biggest lead of the contest for Meadowdale. The final 39 seconds of this third quarter.
If you're Coach Steve Johnson, you just want a nice bucket right here, but good passes, wait to the end of the clock at the same time too. Don't be afraid to hold a little bit, but you got to make sure you get everyone a touch.
About a 3-second differential, shot clock, game clock. Hoiby, Smith, Searles, Hoiby. 15 on the game clock, 10 to shoot. Hoiby looking for a screen. Closed off there, he just kind of flings it up there that won't go, and Mason Vaughn grabs the rebound, 5 seconds. Up the floor, down, laying up, too hard, no good. Who's got it? It's going to be launched from backcourt, and it will not go, and we've reached the end of the third quarter, and we got ourselves a ball game, and it's a 4-point lead for the Meadowdale Mavericks. 40-36 over Jackson. Come back with the fourth quarter right after this on STSPN.com.
As a leading builder of new homes and commercial properties in Western Washington, Gamut 360 Holdings has built a reputation for honest communication, exceptional customer service, and superior craftsmanship since 2003. Our 360-degree construction approach guarantees each project is designed and built with you in mind, matching first-class materials with the highest of construction standards. From the planning stages to the final walkthroughs, Gamut 360 delivers trusted, sustainable investments that exceed owner expectations and transform Northwest neighborhoods. Gamut 360. Design, create, inspire.
Here we go, fourth quarter. And Alex, you mentioned you'd like to see a little more diversification by Jackson.
Yeah, I know Hoiby, great player, but I think he maybe could pass it a few more times just to get everyone else involved and get a little bit more rhythm to the offense. I know it's been kind of one-dimensional these last few minutes of the third quarter.
Jordan Collins, Hoiby now Kind of a double pump, puts it up off the front of the iron, it won't go, and the rebound by Nelson. And a whistle up the floor. Oh, and Mark Myers was going to end his career by calling a T. I thought he was going to, oh, it is. It is a T.
On Hoiby.
On Hoiby. His fourth personal. Now Mark is going to come over and talk with one of the officials. I think he said one of the 7 magic words from George Carlin.
He's been thinking he's been getting fouled on these last few times, and I think that was the volcanic eruption of it all.
He's pleading his case to Steve Landreau out there. Meanwhile, Meadowdale's Cole Nelson at the free throw line hits the first, and it's a 5-point lead. 4 personals now on Hoiby, and he'll have to have a seat. And Nelson at the free throw line. Don't look now, but it's a 6-point lead for Meadowdale, their biggest lead of the game.
I looked.
So from 10 down, we've had a 16-point swing in this ball game.
I really like the game of Cole Nelson, too, knocking down those free throws with that nice lefty touch. He had that three-pointer to give him the lead earlier, so he'd be definitely in my running for player of the game so far, if anything. And
big here as Meadowdale gets possession, too. Vaughn out for an outside three. Cole Nelson drains it. And it's a 9-point lead and a timeout called by the Jackson Timberwolves.
It was the free throws. Once you see him go in, you just have that feeling that next shot's going to be going in as well. I love how they went straight right to him.
Nelson has 5 points in this fourth quarter, in this 30 seconds of this quarter. You know, we were talking before the game, Alex, we kind of mentioned, well, Jackson's probably going to win this one, but, well, no, they're not.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you see
they may win, but it's not going to be a big blowout.
Exactly. I give a lot of props to the Meadowdale Mavericks coming up here to Jackson, and not exactly, they're just sticking with them, too. They were not too far down. They've just been rebounding the basketball and playing great fundamentals, and right now it's a 9-point lead for them on a couple of nicely made threes and shots by Cole Nelson.
Jackson opens up league play next Wednesday. They will play Lake Stevens here, the Vikings, who we saw the other night.
We did see them the other night in a phenomenal gym, brand new gym.
And that game you can see, out, by the way, on STSPN.com.
Ooh, nice.
But let's talk about the Lake Stevens gym, brand new, beautiful.
Oh, it's great. It's so bright in there. It's the new lights and that, man, it feels like you're walking through a hospital, too, at the same time. And a great game with a game-winning shot by Taras Feseyenko, too, on a 3-point play.
Yeah, Everett won it by a single point the other night in the christening game of that game at Jackson, or at Lake Stevens High School. We're at Jackson tonight, and it's a 45-36 lead. Underneath, the lay-in is up and good. Jordan Collins with the bucket. Now Meadowdale try to answer.
I love the play coming out of the timeout. Feed Korab the ball. He's been kind of a mystery man ever since he got his second foul in the first quarter, but I love that play.
Sysom tries for the steal. He gets it. Jump ball, but it's going to stay on this end of the floor. And it will be Meadowdale basketball. 7:05, so we're 55 seconds into the fourth quarter. The lead is 45-38, up by 7. Jackson had a 10-point lead in the second quarter. And a moment ago, Meadowdale had a 9-point lead, a 19-point swing in this ball game. That's Hunter Mullen. Mason Vaughn. I like the way Vaughn plays. He's just tough.
Just tough.
And the ball goes out of bounds.
A nice basketball term, a glue guy. Does everybody. Just does points, assists, rebounds, loose balls, charges, you name it. Does a little bit of everything.
But what I don't like about him,
what?
The whole mouthpiece thing, the Steph Curry mouthpiece thing. It's a fadeaway up and good. Jordan Collins, you like him?
Like him a lot.
He's got 8 points off the bench after playing some JV ball tonight. He may find a lot more PT here on the varsity level. Vaughn, it's got to be, a travel. I was waiting for the 5 seconds closely guarded, but they get it for the travel. So a turnover by Meadowdale, back to Jackson.
The one thing Meadowdale didn't want to do is give it a couple of turnovers, but get the Jackson crowd and student section involved.
So they'll work it out for Searles. Long outside three, won't go. Nothing but board, but they're going to say out of bounds was Bakian touching the basketball. The rebound had been grabbed by Sisum, or grabbed it.
Grabbed it.
That's a new word. We're making them up here on STSPN.com. We call them as we see them. If we don't see them, we make them up. That's just our motto. Okay. So 6:11 to go. A 5-point lead for Meadowdale. Jackson basketball. Jackson on their home floor. First Friday night home game. Looking for their first win. Korab, no. And rebound, Nelson.
Searles has taken Nelson one-on-one. I don't think they want him to be scoring anymore.
That's Jackson. Down low, turn, face, fire. It's up and it is good. Colton Walsh with the bucket. It's a 7-point lead. Searles tries to answer on the other end, and an underneath foul is going to be called. And Searles, here's where you start to, you got to make your free throws, kids.
Got to make them now. The difference between 5 and 7 is, well, it's 2. That's the difference, but that's a huge thing.
There's that WSU education coming to the fore here.
Exactly. When I was a freshman, when I was a senior, I was in the math class with all the freshmen.
First free throw good for Searles. The foul was on Walsh, his second personal foul, third team foul. Next one by Searles. Nope, won't go. Mason Vaughn grabs the board. Hunter Moen will bring it up. Moen works it to Vaughn. That backcourt tandem. Now to Walsh. Spins and goes in for the bucket. Colton Walsh was 16 and a timeout called by Roger O'Neill of the Meadowdale Mavericks. The lead is 8 points.
We call that the spin cycle and then go with the left right there too. Great move by Colton Walsh.
Can we see that one again, Todd? We'll see if we can do that. Coming up right here on STSPN.com. Here it comes. Ooh.
That's a left you tell the grandparents about right there.
You bring this up on YouTube at Christmas and say, Grandma, look what I did.
Yes, exactly.
Well, actually, it's going to be more like Mom and Dad saying, Grandma, look what Junior did.
Yeah.
We don't like to blow you and I don't like to blow our own horns, but
no.
Yeah. pat ourselves on the back.
Yeah.
So here we go. Jackson down by 8. They have the ball. Cooper Smith to Carter Korab. Now to Nick Sisum, elevates for 3, won't go. Ball knocked out of bounds. Yeah, that's a good call. It was off of Vaughn. He's not arguing. He's saying yeah. Well, actually he's saying no, but he means yeah.
The 3-point jumper, it's just not falling for the Jackson Timberwolves tonight.
Smith, Searles. Ooh, tough defense by Meadowdale this quarter.
That zone.
Down underneath. The shot won't go for Collins. And another rebound. Shortest guy on the floor grabs the rebound.
Meadowdale looks like they want to slow it down, running their offense.
Hunter Moen. Walsh. He's been hot here lately. Ooh, back out for a 3. That won't go. Missed by Nelson and rebound controlled by Jackson. Behind the back for Searles. Then double teamed. Korab puts up the elbow. Corner, Sisum off his fingertips and out of bounds. Ouch for the Jackson Timberwolves fans. They're kind of quiet over there.
Very quiet.
Meadowdale's making a little racket.
A little hitch in the giddy up.
Moen coming up at halfway through the fourth quarter, an 8-point lead for Meadowdale. Searles says, give me that thing. 3-on-2 goes in, one-handed slam dunk after the steal. The gimme and the jam.
Get the nail in the wood. Mrs. Searles is bringing the hammer.
Wow. 6-point lead. 14 points for Jalen Searles. Moen. Meadowdale, a little careless with the basketball the last time down. They'll give it to Nelson. The hook shot won't go.
We call that the old sunrise, sunset. You show it, then you bring it back and fire it up again.
Searles tries to answer. Too hard. No good. Back up. Korab. Yes, and one. Count the basket. And the foul. Mark Myers goes 21. I think he means 12. Fourth personal on Vaughn. Korab at the line. It's good. 3:21 to go. It's a 3-point lead for Meadowdale. Couple of empty possessions the last few times down the floor. And there's another one. Searles, we can't handle it.
It's those long arms, just so limmy out there and so quick and athletic. It makes a very tough passing lane to get through.
So Searles will throw it in. Jackson ball. Down by 3. We're approaching the 3-minute mark to play, and here's a knockaway, a steal. Moen has it, goes in, laying up, and it is no good. Follow-up is there. Foul called. Walsh is there to clean up the mess that Moen made by missing the free throw. And they're going to call this on Nick Sysom. His third personal foul, 15 foul.
Good foul. I don't know if it was intentional, but it was a good foul to kind of slow it down. Also, credit to Carter Korab for actually hustling back through there to make that layup for Moen a little more difficult.
Meadowdale almost turned it over there. Jackson has it. Now to Mason Vaughn. Dribbles into traffic. Means somebody's got to be open. They go out and bodies on the floor. And here comes Hoiby with the basketball. To the baseline. Swings it to Searles. Elevates for a 3. No, and hits the top of the backboard. And it's going to be chased down here by Vaughn. Going in, laying up. Swatted there by Searles. Bodies on the floor. No whistle. Finally a whistle. Oh, they want to wipe up the sweat on the floor. Problem with these schools nowadays, nobody has towels. They don't use them.
Yeah, iPads. Yeah.
So they're going to, I think that Steve Landreau, that's just preventative officiating there.
He saw the play, was stopped and not going forward, which allowed him to call it. I thought there was a little bit of contact by Vaughn right there, so it's kind of startled me. I was like, man, it's a late call, but great to be safe over here. But what a block by Sales right there, too, the fly swatter.
Yeah, they're making Mark Myers do all the dirty work down there. His last game after 27 years as an official. Steve Landreau. Yeah, with that much moisture on the floor, let's stop things before somebody gets hurt. Inbounds here to Vaughn. Meadowdale basketball, 32 to shoot, 2:21 to go, up by 3. Hunter Moen to Vaughn. Walsh now underneath. Nelson good. Cole Nelson with the bucket. Nice ball movement there as they work the perimeter. Now Hoiby for Jackson. Nelson has 20 in the ball game. Carter Korab. We're inside 2 minutes to play. Searles. Nice no-look pass underneath, foul called.
I believe that's 5-2 on Vaughn.
Mason Vaughn, he's already walking to the bench. He knows he's done. Yep, he's going to have his 5th personal foul. What'd you call him, the glue guy?
The glue guy. One of those guys you just love to have. You love him on your own team. You hate to go against him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that guy. He's on your team. Oh,
a lot of hustle points.
Call him Elmer. Elmer is glue? Or is
I
it
got
Gorilla?
That one. No, I understood it.
Okay, first free throw, no good for Collins. Locked tight. Next one, good, which you can get at Ace Hardware. Timeout on the floor, we'll take a break. 1:44 to go in the game. 51-47, Meadowdale by 4. Back with the final 1:44 right after this.
As a leading builder of new homes and commercial properties in Western Washington, Gamut 360 Holdings has built a reputation for honest communication, exceptional customer service, and superior craftsmanship since 2003. Our 360-degree construction approach guarantees each project is designed and built with you in mind, matching first-class materials with the highest of construction standards. From the planning stages to the final walkthroughs, Gamut 360 delivers trusted, sustainable investments that exceed owner expectations and transform Northwest neighborhoods. Gamut 360. Design, create, inspire.
So minute 44 to play. 51-47 Meadowdale. The visitors with the lead, and they have the rock. Full court pressure by Jackson. Boy, overplay on the defense there by Collins. Almost could have gotten the over the back call. Nelson. Now to Hunter Moen. Almost has the ball stripped by Hoiby. He's quick. Moen with it. Number Vaughn has fouled out. The overplay on the defense there by Sysom, and they're going to call him for the foul. That's his fourth personal foul, sixth team foul.
I think he tripped more than anything over his own feet or the Meadowdale player.
Moen gets it on the inbounds. Bakian in the corner. Back to Moen again. With that fresh 35, they can afford to use some time, and the ball nearly stripped and a foul called. Foul called reaching. And they're going to get Jalen Searles his second personal foul. Seventh team foul, puts him into the bonus. As Meadowdale has one foul to play with before they put Jackson in the bonus. Cole Nelson at the line. Free throw good.
Smooth.
So for Nelson, he's got 21 points in this ball game. This lead holds. Are you thinking him for the player of the game?
That'd be my leader right there, Tom.
POG. This one wouldn't go.
You said it, not me.
Minute
I did say it
15
earlier.
to go. Here's Searles. Boy, they're going to say foul on the ground.
Wow. And one, that ball, that counted. I don't know if Steve Johnson's excited about the 1-on-3 360 shot.
Yeah.
It did go in. But
Did the ball go in?
It did go in.
Okay. Yeah, Roger O'Neill doesn't like the. He thought maybe if it was a foul, it was earlier. Nelson picks up the foul. That's his third personal foul. Searles at the free throw line. The lead is 3. A minute 11 to go. Rattles at home. It's a 2-point ball game. 17 points for Searles. Hunter Moen will bring it up. 1 minute to play in the game. Jackson now down low. Walsh off the window and in. Colton Walsh, big bucket. 4 points. 18 for Walsh.
Man, he'd be a close runner-up.
We may have Coe. We may have Coe.
He's been playing a great game.
Korab. Close off there. Hoiby elevates, rims off, no good. Back up, Korab, yes. Carter Korab. And that's the fourth timeout called there by the Jackson Timberwolves. Full timeout on the floor, 36.3 and a 2-point lead.
That was great.
So Meadowdale, what are you going to do?
Oh, you just want to get the ball in. That's a huge thing and
right.
Very underrated thing. Got to make sure you get the ball in. And also, you got to make sure you run some offense. You're probably going to want to run a little bit of time off the clock. As well, to say time, use that shot clock. But just make sure you run your offense. I would like to find Walsh down low. He kind of had a mismatch on Collins, a little bit stronger, a little bit older guy too. But also shout out to Collins on this last play for having some active hands that led to the tip, which led to the Korab layup.
And I'm guessing Steve Johnson down in the Jackson huddle is saying, don't foul. We can't afford to let them score with a
only foul if they were going to miss it and
Right.
they get the ball. If it's
Right.
under the shot clock amount of time. But they are in the 1-and-1, and like we've talked about earlier in high school, 1-and-1 is not nearly as automatic as it is in college and the NBA.
So both teams coming out. Here we go. The final 36 seconds. So the
Ooh, it's
shot
right.
clock,
It's close.
shot clock is about moot.
You're going to want to go to a steal play super aggressive at the beginning for the 10 seconds in the backcourt.
So Meadowdale ball, here we go. Nelson throws it into the baseline. Looking, bounces it. Moen, Nelson. Into front court they come. 29 to shoot.
They're going to look for a trap.
That's Cole Nelson. Cross court to
Oh, foul him.
Nelson again. 18, now they have to foul. Cole Nelson.
Who's been a great free throw shooter. Coach Steve Johnson's mad because they could have fouled number 3, Justin Jackson,
Right.
who hasn't shot a free throw. I think he's 0 of 2 from the three-point line as well, and they had it.
For Hoiby, that's his 5th personal foul. So he will sit. Cole Nelson at the free throw line. Shot clock is dead. That's a 2-point lead. 18.4 to go. They will sub in Cooper Smith. 1-and-1 here. No Mavericks around the free thrower. Nelson hits the first one, and a timeout called by Meadowdale. 3-point lead. The next one by Nelson, huge.
Very huge.
Nelson 8 of 9
That's
at the
why
free
that's
throw
the
line.
leader, the player of the game right there. 8 of 9, those are big points, especially in a close game like this. If you're Jackson, if he makes his free throw, you don't have to go down and shoot a 3 right away. Get to the bucket, maybe draw some contact, try to stop the clock, or at least go for a layup. Just goes back to the whole point of free throws earlier. You can go foul again with them still being in the 1-and-1, so you don't have to go to the 3-point play, even if he misses it too, or if he makes it. Don't have to go right for it.
So Meadowdale. Are you going to go ice skating? Look at that.
Oh,
That's just the home.
and that ice looks real. And I like the disco lights too at the same time. You can't trust me on skates with wheels. I had a pair of Heelys once. I'm still feeling like Heelys.
That is right down there on Marsh Road at the Snohomish Golf Center. A little ice skating. So here we go. One more free throw here for Cole Nelson. This could make it a 2-possession game then. Right now it's at 3 points. Doesn't. Chance to tie. Searles. Elevates 3. Good! And a timeout called.
Wow, that is a huge shot right there too. Because I don't think that was the play from Steve Johnson right there. But when you have that much athletic ability like Searles and a pretty decent-looking Jimmy, wow, big shot by the senior.
So our 4th tie of the ball game. The 3 ball up and in. Watch it here. He elevates and it is down. So Jackson has no timeouts remaining. They have one, I believe. Meadowdale does.
And you know Meadowdale, they have a play for this where Coach O'Neill probably a few weeks ago saying, we're going to be 10 seconds on the clock. Sure, it's 8, but still give or take a few seconds. We have a play to go up full court and get a good shot.
Who do you want it to go to?
I'm going.
Nelson's throwing in.
You always watch the guy throwing in the ball. Always. He's unaccounted for.
Here he comes. Up the left side. That's Moen. Down to 4. Down to 3. Down to 2. Down to 1. Walsh off the glass. No. Check your pay stub. We're going to OT. A little overtime. Time and a half coming up. Mark Meyer says, I don't want my career to be over. We'll take a break. Come back. Overtime. 55-55. Jackson and Meadowdale. Back with more after this. We ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
For some OT?
I'm ready for some overtime. My heartbeat has got to probably slow down a little bit, but I'm ready to go.
So bonus panels. Here's my guess. Steve Landro's not going to whistle for this one to be re-jumped like we did at the beginning of the game. We start with a jump ball in overtime, period number 1.
Also, two things, two starters, one Jackson being Hoiby, the other one being Vaughn. Both have fouled out, so a bench player coming in, but usually the sixth man is equivalent to one of the starters.
Here we go. And here we go. Meadowdale controls. Justin Jackson, now Hunter Moen. And a foul called, moving screen. Called right off the jump here. And they're going to call this one on Leonardo Bakian.
That was a player control foul. He was trying to do a V cut, but gave him the old chicken wing, and then wing came back out. You can't do that. You can't use your arm to make the contact and create the separation.
2 fouls for Bakian. 7th team foul, Jordan Collins back in. And Clay Courtwright has a seat. Searles, who hit that 3 ball to end regulation. That's Sysom with it.
Who on Jackson is going to, Tom is going to have the ball, and it could be Searles.
Searles with another 3 ball. And kind of showboated to the crowd up there, and then Steve Johnson says, get your head in the game and play some defense. That's Nelson. Jackson. The lead is 3. Bakian drives, loses the handle. Who's got it? Who's got it? Finally, Hunter Moen goes in. His jumper won't go, and the rebound high in the air. Grabbing the rebound is Cooper Smith.
Great defense by Jackson there. They couldn't get a good look from Meadowdale.
Searles. Smith got a Korab. To Searles again, the left wing. Goes in, scoop lay-in, won't go. And Justin Jackson grabs the rebound. Looked at the length of the floor, touchdown pass, and thought better of it. Inside 2.5 to play in overtime. 58-55. Hunter Moen, the turnaround jumper won't go. And Searles will corral the rebound.
Slow it down, run some offense.
Cooper Smith. Carter Korab with it. Now Searles changes direction. Shoots it down to Collins. He'll turn and shoot and hit. The lead is out to 5 points. No more empty possessions for Meadowdale. Will they get, nope, won't go for Walsh. So they come away with nothing. And their officials telling Roger O'Neill to have a seat or at least back up off the floor. Korab, they almost lost the handle on it. Korab goes in. Sysom picks it up. They're just working the clock here. 15 to shoot. Long outside 3. Nick Sysom.
It's that momentum, Tom. It's the momentum coming out right there. That's a big 3 by the big old goose egg, Nick Sysom, number 0.
Well, the story of this ball game is going to be the end of regulation when Meadowdale couldn't hold on to the lead that they had.
It's a whole different game if he makes that free throw. Goes
right
from 9 to 10, 8 to 10. It's a great day at the line, but that last free throw gave Searles that that was kind of contested three-pointer, but when Searles can jump out of the gym, he got some great elevation and made a shot right there too, so that's a clutch shot. But Meadowdale, they had it in the grasp, but I mean, it's still not over right now.
No, still some time left. 63-55 the score.
Steve Johnson, I bet, is pretty happy with seeing this is an overtime game. It's early in the season. He wants to see those other players show up in big moments like this, like Sysom did right there. He knows what he's going to get out of Searles and Korab and Hoiby and everybody, but he wants to see, hey, we got a lot more minutes to go around, fellas, so they want to see what's going on.
Last year, as Jackson went to the regionals and at the Tacoma Dome, they went all the way and Lost to Puyallup on the first day at the T-Dome. They like to go down there again. So in postseason last year, they played Inglemoor, Issaquah, Mount Si, Federal Way, and Puyallup.
I was there for the Federal Way game when Searles was matched up on Jaden McDaniels. That's at University of Washington right now, the 5-star recruit. Searles, for a few minutes before he got into foul trouble, had a big swat on him. He definitely's got a lot of potential, but he showed up in that game for sure in the first little bit.
23 to shoot. Bakian behind the back. Walsh, no, wouldn't go. Back out for Nelson. Back over Bakian, no, won't go. Boy, empty possessions. The shots won't go for Meadowdale, and we're inside a minute to play, and it's a 8-point lead. And a foul call. And Jackson's going to go from 10 up to 9 down to 8 up, a chance for 10 here with a couple of free throws.
Meadowdale, no points in this overtime. If you can't score, it's pretty tough to win. I don't know. That's something I just learned, though. But.
Free throw won't go, so still a glimmer of opportunity, but they got to get some early offense here. Nelson will try. He'll shoot. He'll miss. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be right back over to Jackson. Yeah, it was 55 all at the end of regulation. Full court pressure, foul called in backcourt, and Searles will go to the free throw line. So we were counting up our players of the game for Meadowdale at the end of regulation. What do we like for Jackson?
I like Jalen Searles.
Yeah.
I think he's showed up with a game-tying three-pointer, sent it into overtime, and a couple of highlight reel dunks.
Ball goes out of bounds. Meadowdale can't hold on to it. And that's the sentence that's going to be. Meadowdale can't hold on. They can't hold on to the lead here at the end, and they kind of look deflated. Hunter Moen's you got to be kidding me.
But I can see how they beat Mariner by 1 point.
Sure.
At that same time. They have a couple of great athletes out there that are playing some ball. I think they have a couple of good things ahead of them, and they're not going to be an easy out when it comes to 3A in Wesco this year.
You can bet the film is going to go up for the Wesco 3A teams looking at Meadowdale saying, okay, yeah, they're not going to be the pushover that they have been.
I like Walsh a lot down low, an athlete, bigger guy who had some pretty good touch in the post. And they have a lot of good pieces with Nelson and Moen and Vaughn. Very competitive.
Searles, free throw good with 25 seconds to go. Shot clock is dead. From 10 down, 10 up to 10 down to 10 up. That was money there. 65-55, 21 seconds to go. Long outside three ball that just will not go. Meadowdale just could not get the outside shots to go down. And they will run out the clock, and this will be a 65-55 win for the Jackson Timberwolves over the Meadowdale Mavericks. And that is the first win for Jackson. And Meadowdale will lose it here.
Oh, man, storm the court. I wonder if it's like the NCAA in football. That's a fine that...
So by the way, the team's not out there. They're shaking hands with the Meadowdale. So we will take a break, and we'll come back and talk with our player of the game, Jalen Searles. Again, the final score here, Jackson 65, Meadowdale 55. Back with our final segment as we wrap it up right after this timeout.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
And we're back here at Jackson High School, where the Jackson Timberwolves get the win, a final score of 65-55. And our player of the game is Jalen Searles, and he joins us right there courtside. Alex.
I got to ask, Jalen, what was going through your head on that last play to send the game into overtime? Was that the play drawn up, try to get you up on the outside, or was that what was going through from Coach?
Coach at the timeout, he called the timeout. He drew up a play, and I was like, yeah, I got to execute it. I got to step up to pressure. Love you, Dad.
Is that Dad coming by?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, go ahead.
What's it been like? I know last year a lot of seniors graduated, you and Jesse kind of being the guys here, the senior. What's that kind of transition been like for you?
I knew I was going to have to step up this year and show out for sure because, like, having 6 seniors and losing 6 seniors, having Ben Olsen, Christian Liddell, Big O, and all of them, those were, like, our main players. We lost, like, 3 or 4 starters. So I was like, coming into this year, I have to step up, play a big man role.
Talk about some of the other guys that you're playing with. We like the way Korab plays.
Oh, yeah. Korab Carter, he's a really good overall player. Jesse's like, he's like my hype man. I love playing with him. He always turns up. He's ready to play defense full court. He doesn't matter. He's always ready to face pressure and everything. Ready to get after it 24/7.
Would you rather hit the game or the game tying 3 to go to overtime, or have one of those highlight reel caliber dunks that you had earlier in the game? You got to pick one. Either which one you like the best for you?
Probably hitting the overtime because I like pressure.
I like it.
Yeah. There you go. Good job tonight. Hey, how big was getting the first win?
I already knew tonight. I was like, I'm not going home losing. We have to get a dub. That was mandatory.
You got it, and that's a good job. That is our player of the game, Jalen Searles. He's going to get a shirt here from STSPN.com. There you go. Good job. Good job. There you go. Let's get a final look at by the way, Searles with 24 points in the ball game. So we'll shake hands with him, and let's go to Buddy Patrick with a final look at the numbers.
Leading scorer for in all the game, Jalen Searles with 24 points, our player of the game. Jesse Hoiby with 12 points, 11 points for Jordan Collins, 9 points for Korab. For the Mavericks, leading scorer for the Mavericks, Cole Nelson, 22 points, 18 points for Colton Walsh, and 6 points from Mason Vaughn.
So thanks for being with us here on this Friday night, Friday the 13th, but it's lucky for the Jackson Timberwolves as they get their first win of the year. Final score of 65-55 over the Meadowdale Mavericks. For Alex Glacius and Buddy Patrick, for Todd Elvig and Sarah Elvig, I'm Tom Lafferty. Thanks for being with us from Jackson High School. Again, the final score, the Timberwolves 65, the Mavericks 55. Good night, everybody.